What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. We're back again. It's another month. We have another tier list. And remember, this is last month's tier list, exact same, unit for unit, in the exact same position. And this time around, we're going to go ahead and shuffle some of them around, if they need to be shuffled around, and add some units into the tier list. And of course, this is with the with in mind, version 12.0 with the level limit break system. Characters that have received upgrades via the level limit break system will be updated and upgraded in my own personal tier list. So if you guys are not into that kind of thing, well, I don't know, we may have to think about that throughout the next couple of weeks. But anyways, before we get into it, let's actually talk about my criteria. So first of all is the power of the unit. How much damage are they able to achieve? What is the speed of the unit? How much, or how fast can they be used to clear content with? And how reliable are they at clearing that said content? And is there content out there that they literally can't clear? Because that's obviously going to deduct points from them. And how usable or versatile is this unit? In how much content and what different ways can you use this unit? Can you use this character on teams where the character isn't even boosted and the character is going to be a great asset to that team? All of those things in mind is going to make the character more valuable in my own personal tier list. So before we jump into adding characters, we do need to change the order of some of the characters on this tier list. First of all, Marco, he needs to get out of here. This character's not even that good. This character, I mean, Sabo Koala is definitely more valuable than all these characters on this tier list. Definitely up so far. Corazon, Garp is definitely better than a lot of these units. We'll talk about Rayleigh in a second, and that seems relatively fair. Rayleigh got an update where his captain ability is slightly better. Special ability is now an orb boost, but if you've already got an orb boost, he buffs it. I think overall, this character didn't get a massive jump in terms of his upgrades, but I think it's enough where I want to put him at the top of tier 4 because he's still going to see a lot of play in almost every content. Great usable special, and then can buff an orb boost as well. I mean, his utility is great support as well. I think this unit is still extremely good. Next we got Brook, Jack. Oh, shout out to my boy Jack, RIP. We've got Blackbeards, Katakuris, the Lucys and Sabos. The rest of these characters, Frankie is really nice. Rayleigh saw a lot of play with Grand Voyage. I do actually want to bump him up a little bit higher because of that. Blackbeard actually saw a little bit of play in Grand Voyage. We got your Rogue, Katakuri. Katakuri was nice in Grand Voyage as well. Love the Arlong crew. Character's super nice. I kind of saw a bit of play in Grand Voyage. Kind of want to buff him a little bit more because of that. NL, man, NL is just kind of disappointing. Don't really get to use him that much, except for treasure maps. Actually not too bad for speed farming treasure map stuff. We've got Cracker. I think Cracker's definitely a little bit more usable than Sweet Commanders, but Sweet Commanders have probably a better overall support compared to Cracker. And then we've got Onami and Halloween, not Halloween, but Mihawk and Peruna. Actually, I think these two ranked close together kind of makes sense. I'm pretty okay with that. Pudding was very nice this month as well. And moving up to the next tier, which we got some pretty decent units in here as well. V1 Viva Rebecca I think is relatively closer. I think Chopper probably bumps up a little bit more. Zoro and the rest of these look okay to me. I really think Carrot Wanda, once I pull them, I'm pretty sure when I pull them, I'm going to bump them up a tier to tier 1. I just haven't had a chance to use them yet, but I do think this character is very nice. I'm not a big fan of their captain though, but their special is just insanely godly. Brook actually was very nice in Grand Voyage, but I don't know if that's enough to really bump him over Luffy yet. But I mean, that Brook was kind of nice, that's for sure. A lot of characters in tier 1. I think Sober Mask is going to get bumped down. Because his captain ability just doesn't hold up, and I mean, his special is good, but is it tier 1 worthy? Probably not. Let's keep it real here. And then we got the rest of the characters here. We got Carrot, we got Peruna. I think Peruna is probably a bit better, just because it's a conditional boost that you can use in a lot of content. She's great. I mean, it's basically a guaranteed conditional boost. We got Kaido and Big Mom, and then also the Beast Pirates. Kaido and Beast Pirates aren't amazing, to be honest. They're good in speed farming content, but in regular content, they're not that great to use. I still rate Lucci. I mean, he's a great captain. Ulti page 1 is great. Dog and Cat, Law, Capone Crew. I'm not a big fan of Capone Crew, but I respect what he does. Crocodile is still fantastic. He's really strong. Doflamingo is great, but Mono Driven isn't amazing. I'm going to rate, actually, Shirahoshi Mancherry slightly above, and we got Shanks Crew and King. I'm perfectly okay with all of these so far. I remember tier 0 last month was relatively difficult to put units in certain places. Kid was really nice this month. Sabo Ace, honestly, was so good this month. I'm going to rate him a little bit higher. No disrespect to any of the other characters here, but I use this character a lot more, and he really showed up and was just god tier this month for me, to be honest. We got Bon Clay, who's still godly in almost everything. These guys are still super solid, and for the top 5, I'd use Roger a lot more than Yamato in this month. I do want to put him slightly above Yamato, but I'm still super solid on these top 3. I don't think anything really comes close to these top 3 at this current point in time. But now that we've done all that, now we can actually do the fun stuff in terms of adding characters to the tier list. So I think before we actually jump into the new characters being Drake, Kuzan 6+, and then Big Mom and Marco, I think we're going to talk about the level limit break characters. So let's go ahead and start things off with Log Luffy. Amazing changes to his captain. I do still believe that his special isn't that good. Full border matching slots, damage, and cooldown reduction, it's okay, but the captain ability, definitely more usable. I think he's probably a tier 4 kind of character. Probably around here. I mean, I think Rayleigh is definitely more valuable to own compared to Log Luffy. A lot of these characters, honestly, are probably more valuable to own compared to Log Luffy. But I mean, his character just, he's got a really good captain. 4x base with a good, great, perfect going up to a 5.25. You can't like disregard that. Like, that's a really good captain effect. So, and plus all the matching slots, the cooldown reduction, the healing, not healing, sorry, just the cooldown reduction and the matching slots just in general. That plus the multipliers. Really, really good. Whitebeard, another really solid upgrade for him. His special actually got upgraded absurdly high. He is really good. Captain ability definitely is the thing that kind of lets him down because you have to be at low HP, which is kind of annoying. I do think he is a lot higher than the Log Luffy. I think he's a more valuable level limit break compared to Log Luffy. He's probably around here for me because while the special is good, it's not like game-breakingly broken. It's just a really good special. So I'm quite comfortable with leaving him there. And then we've got Boa Hancock, who got a great captain and special upgrade. She actually is probably better than Whitebeard in terms of the upgrades that she received. I'm quite comfortable putting her in tier 2. I think her upgrades are insane. But I don't know if I'd put it above some of the other characters on this tier, to be honest. She probably is around this tier. I'm okay with leaving her right here, right now, because I mean, she's like a 5x base captain. She's got like healing, she has damage reduction, her special is like an attack booster, a recovery booster, orb manipulation. Like, dude, these characters are legitimately good right now. They are so powerful. I really wish I had more dupes of these characters just to try them out, because man, they are so good. We got the Luffy character. I don't believe Timeskip Luffy's on my list anymore. I believe I used to have both icons on here, but we'll just look at this Luffy right now. Just keep in mind, this will probably be classified as both Timeskip Luffy and this current Luffy. This unit got really nice upgrades as well. I don't think the upgrades were as significant as what Boa was, but I think the upgrades the character received were very good. I think it's probably the same level as Whitebeard in terms of how useful the character is going to be. I think it's a really nice upgrade for this character. Unfortunately, the Super Evolution still has those debuffs after 3 turns, which does kind of hurt the character. Whereas the other version doesn't have debuffs, but has a slightly weaker kind of kit. But overall, great upgrades to that character. We got Shanks. Dude, Shanks got a really nice upgrade. He's probably better than Boa in terms of the upgrades. And while Shanks only focuses on one color, the thing about it is that he provides the multi-turn boosts over multiple stages, which is just, that's really nice to have. And especially at the multipliers that he provides them at, incredibly valuable. So I feel quite comfortable leaving him in this tier. He honestly could be ranked higher, in all honesty. He's just that good. He's got such a powerful special. You know what? I think I will rank him higher. He's probably around here-ish. Yeah, he's just so good. And then we've got, who have we got next? We got Ace. Ace got some nice upgrades. The real problem with him is that he's a mono shooter captain, and that really hurts him because mono shooter isn't that good. I put Dex Sabo up here, who's kind of similar in a way, but Ace only being for shooters definitely brings him down a little bit. And I think in terms of if you take everything into consideration, he probably is still a tier 4 character. I think he's probably higher tier 4. I think he's probably around here-ish, probably just under Log Luffy. He probably is better than Log Luffy, to be honest. But I mean, I think like Rayleigh's like the gatekeeper of tier 4, and with his utility in mind, I don't think I could really rate Ace higher. The fact that he does do the ignition on the enemy is just incredibly valuable, though. We got Sengoku next. I don't really feel comfortable putting him too high. He's probably like around here still, to be honest. He's not like that good. He's got some nice upgrades, but he's not like that good. And then we've got the Zoro, who got nice upgrades too. Again, mono slasher, so, you know, it is what it is. But Mono Slasher, they've got some good stuff. You can hybrid him up with a lot of good characters. I think he's quite comfortable in tier 3. He's probably around here-ish, around where like Nami is. I feel pretty comfortable putting him here. He could slightly be higher. Because he does do multiple things. He's got Chain Lock and Attack Boost, but if you already got an Attack Boost, you get Color Affinity instead. I love that. Captain ability is very simple, but doesn't provide healing, doesn't provide cooldown, doesn't provide matching slots. So Captain ability probably could have upgraded a bit more, aside from the multipliers itself, but it is what it is. And then just below that, we've got this guy, Buggy. Buggy definitely deserves to be on the tier list. I actually want to put him probably right before Katakuri. Buggy's upgrades, if you take into account level limit break and the expansion, if you have both of those things, Buggy actually got a fantastic upgrade. Amazing captain ability, very powerful special. They did really good stuff to upgrade Buggy, man. It's actually incredible how good he got. And I actually just realized that some of the characters on my tier list are not actually placed on there at this moment. So I know characters like Luffy Zoro, the Ace, and the Stampede Luffy all should be up here in tier 2. I have no idea why they're not up here. And also a character like Robin, I don't know why she's not on here either. She definitely deserves to be on here. I'm going to put her around here-ish. She's still pretty solid, but I mean, Mono Cerebral... I mean, Croc is definitely just a better version of this unit, so it is what it is. And even Sanji Pudding, they should definitely be on this tier list as well. I mean, while I don't really like what the character does, the character definitely deserves to be on here. I'm going to put him right here-ish. I'm not a big fan of Sanji Pudding, but they definitely deserve to be on here. And then also, Reiju, for some reason, wasn't on this list as well. What am I doing? I have absolutely lost the plot. I'm going to put Reiju just above Vivi Rebecca. Yeah, she's okay, but not game-breaking. And honestly, even V2 Shanks, he probably just sees way more play than this Shanks right here. He also definitely deserves to be on here, probably around where Katakuri is, honestly. So with all of that in mind, let's actually talk about some of these new characters. So first of all, we have X-Drake, a striker powerhouse captain that is for some reason a super type. So very odd design choice for that character. However, I do strongly believe he is a tier 0 character. I'm a huge fan of this unit. I think honestly, nearly all the characters in this month's tier list, and the new characters that were released through the month of April, I think all of them are like godly units, man. In terms of how powerful I think Drake is, okay, do I think he's better than Queen? I don't think he's better than Queen, honestly. He's pretty close because he's an attack booster and he does provide a chain boundary. So honestly, he's around the same level as Queen, except for the fact that I think Queen's super type special is better than what Drake's is. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with leaving Drake in tier 0 at this point. But at this point as well, I don't want to make too many characters go into tier 0. It's really annoying because there's so many good characters in the game and I want to rank them all really highly. It's hard to you know, talk about these nuances of these characters because some characters are better in some instances compared to others. I think Drake is super good. I'll leave him in tier 0 for now. I love the unit. Speaking of units that we love, we have 6+ V2 Kuzan. Now, I am talking about Kuzan in terms of Super Evolution, Limit Break Expanded, Level Limit Break. Personally, I have all of that on the character and I have used him and I am severely impressed. This unit is amazing. This is probably one of the best Super Evolutions that we have ever received in the game's history. I think they've done monumental upgrades to this character and I really want to put him into tier 0, but I think I'm going to leave him at the top of tier 1. I think that what they've done to this guy, they've made him an absolute force. Honestly, yeah, I'm going to put him in tier 0, dude. Is he better than Odin? I don't know. He's probably not better than Odin. I think he's around here. I think he's slightly above. Dude, 6+ Kuzan, remember, this is with level limit break max, so with 9 dupes, as well as the limit break expansion. His captain ability that he gets is like literally on par with some of the best units in the game. I mean, -1 cooldown, up to a 5.225 captain, matching slots appear way more often, he heals after every perfect as well. Of course, you have to hit in the order of Psy and then Quick, but his base multiplier is 4.75. So the condition to reach 5.225 is not even that bad. And he hybrids well with a lot of good units. The only real downside to Kuzan, really, is he doesn't have a super type special or a super class special. If they randomly decide to give him that on top of everything that he already had, like actually might even break top 5. Like, I'm not even kidding. This unit is so good, especially with that level limit break special as well. Holy, they did a good job. And then we've got Marco and Big Mom. Now, Marco and Big Mom, I mean, they're good, but they're not like the type of units that you really need to, like, especially because we're so close to anniversary, they're not the type of units you need to waste gems on right now. I think that it's kind of interesting that they released Marco right before the cutoff period of farming for EXP. I think it's a very smart decision that they decided to do that. But Marco, let's talk about him first. He is not a tier 0 character, at least not in my opinion. I think he is very close to being there. I would personally rate him around here. Now, he has a great captain, fighter, powerhouse, Psy captain, great array of units you got there. He is his crew's own attack booster. He provides a chain boost. He has cooldown reduction stuff. He's got healing stuff. Marco's great. He's really, really cool. The only real problem that I have with the unit is that with his super type special specifically, you need 5 fighters on the crew where his captain is boosting Psy and powerhouse characters as well. So it makes, I mean, even though he's a Psy fighter powerhouse captain, he still kind of restricts his own team building because of the fact that his super type special requires fighters on the crew. So I don't like that about the unit. If it was restricted to fighter and powerhouse only, meaning that if you wanted to build mono Psy, it was a bit more difficult, I would kind of take that. So I don't like the fact that he requires just fighters for that super type special, because his super type special is very important for his kit as a captain, but as a crewmate, he's still going to see a lot of play. So I respect Marco. He deserves to be on this tier list. I think he's relatively finely placed here. And then we've got Lin Lin. Now, Lin Lin, whew, she is something. The fact that Lin Lin does kind of like what V1 Kaido does, immediately I want to put her around the same level as V1 Kaido. The only real problem though is that Big Mom does not provide cooldown reduction with her captain ability, and she also does not do damage, end of turn damage, like V1 Kaido does with her captain ability. The only end of turn damage that Big Mom provides is with her special ability activating at the start of the quest, which means that if your buffs are removed, you have to activate her special again to get the end of turn damage. But the fact is she doesn't provide cooldown with her captain, meaning that you're wave clearing all these stages. By the time you reach the boss stage, if you've wave cleared all the way there, you're not going to have your cooldowns ready to go. So that is obviously a humongous issue with this character. So if you're farming a lot of like a stage or a piece of content that has a lot of different stages, Big Mom is going to be pretty good for that kind of thing. However, if you're farming, you know, for your specials, if you need to get your specials maxed, she's going to be kind of annoying to use, unless if you're being inflicted with normal attacks only relatively early in the fight. I think this unit could be a little bit more difficult to use compared to Marco, so I think currently I'll probably put her above because her super die special is actually pretty busted. I mean, huge attack boost to Silent characters, but I'm personally not the biggest fan of this Big Mom character, but I do think that she still deserves to be tier 1 just because of her multipliers, because full board assembler slots is amazing. She makes like dex and recovery slots, and I think maybe tandem as well. I can't remember exactly, but she makes tandem slots appear more often as well. Huge multipliers. She's an orb booster, super type special for attack booster. There's lots to like about Big Mom, but I fail to see how she kind of breaks into tier 0 just due to inherent flaws with her design. And with all of that being said, that is going to wrap up my tier list for 2022 for the month of May. And of course, when we head into the month of June, we're going to have a very, very interesting time breaking down another whole set of characters for this brand new tier list here. So I'm very, very excited to jump into the one next month because of the anniversary celebrations. And I have no idea what the hell's going to be releasing, but I am super pumped to see what they're going to be doing, how they can shake up this top 5, because these top 5 characters I don't think have changed for the past 2 or 3 months. And I really don't see anything that they could do currently that could kind of shift that up, except for the release of the Anniversary Sugo Fest. So I hope that the Anniversary brings some crazy broken characters, but even if they do, right, every character that's in top 5 or tier 0 are still some of the best units in the game, and I do not think that any of these characters are going to be moving away from that anytime soon because they're all amazing. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Which of these characters do you think should be in top 5 or should be in tier 0? Do you think I placed anything wrong? I mean, obviously this is my own personal opinion, so if you disagree, well, that's completely fine. You let me know down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did, make sure you go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.